Another beautiful morning here in front of Fawn's little rental complex that we live in, one of the rooms. I do go back and forth on whether I'd like to build a apartment complex or housing complex of some kind. A friend of mine did that really well. I'm going to try and meet him this weekend. He's just a nice guy. He's smart. He's nice to talk to. English is not his native language, but his English is quite good. We both speak Thai for an expat. For a foreign speaker, we speak Thai at a relatively high level. Again, I speak like a, mentally impaired 5-year-old or something by Thai standards. But it is a very difficult language. You can see they don't talk like we do, and you can see that evidence is that they don't think like we do. But that's part of the fun. And another beautiful morning. It's actually cool and crisp. I could put a flannel on right now, but I'm okay. I'm just feeling the cool air on my skin. Feels kind of nice. Just finishing my first cup of coffee. I got some motorcycling I want to do, and I'm going to try and see if I can bump into Rusty, who owns Rusty's Resort and Cafe. Probably have a coffee there, and almost directly across the street from Rusty's is the welding shop for my motorcycle. I want to take a look at maybe making some mods to it, because I'm just keeping any major decisions of mine in a holding pattern until I get some more medical information and know what to do. So but I've got it all down to where it's manageable. The new PT is moving me forward. So I'm in a stable and what I would like to think of as a tenable position for right now. So I'm okay. So one thing that's been on my mind is keeping in touch with people that you're no longer with anymore, people back home. I'm lucky there. I'm not going to sit around and count them or anything, but I still have a good number of friends that really were looking forward to seeing me when I get back. I feel lucky, and I can tell my son's getting excited. He's texting me now more, and again, as an adult with autism, he doesn't. That was weird. My phone just freaked out for some reason. I've never seen it do that before. And now most guys here don't really talk much about people back in their home country. I can't say most because that's a majority, but a lot of guys, very common to hear, they're not talking with their children. Guys had been divorced maybe twice before, maybe kids with a couple of the wives, and they've got maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 kids in total, and I don't know. It's real common to hear they're not talking. None of them are talking to the guy. He's here really on his own. Based on that, I've accepted a very light relationship with my daughter. She's obviously got the biggest earfuls over the divorce and all that, which is still relatively fresh. But she does reach out and talk to me, and she does respond. And she had already moved across the country before all that happened, so we were already down to just talking every so often anyways. But there's no jabs or poison or any real negativity in any of the communications back and forth. And I guess I'm just happy with that. And again, I believe that my relationship with anyone is what they say it is. I just had a falling out with an expat friend here, and he just wasn't interested in being friends. And what are you going to do? Go argue with the guy? No, really, I'm a good friend. You should really be my friend. Well, what are you going to do? It is what they say it is, and that's the same with everybody. And it's just now with my son. He says we're really close. He's all excited about us having an apartment together, and he can't wait to pick out some furniture and maybe where we're going to put the new TV and watch movies together and stuff and all that. Maybe I'll get him to go to the gym with me sometimes. That'd be awesome. He's getting to be about that age where, maybe starting to spend some time in the gym would be a good thing. He's proud of he's a taller guy. He's 5'11", and he's got a good build on him. He's genetically way better off than I was. He's got a lot more to him than I do. Plus, his body isn't broken, so. He'd be great in the gym. I think he'd like it. He's a little bit body proud is what I'm trying to say, and I think he'd dig. If he got into the gym, I think he'd get him in a positive mindset. So, and something else we could, selfishly for me, something else I could share with him, but it would obviously add years to his life, and I think it creates a more positive mindset too. I really do. So maybe there's an agenda. Maybe I'll work on that. There's one of those 24-hour fitness places right by his work. Maybe go home, shower, and have some dinner and chill, and then maybe go there. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Or go in the mornings. Could be something. Oh, for those of you who are following my skin treatment stuff, you can see my face is kind of droopy. I'm adjusting to the new machine I got. I think it's a little more powerful than I was giving it credit for. What I found is best is use it kind of a lot and then take a break. And so I think I used it 4 times in like 3 weeks, which is a lot. And now I got, it breaks down, it's just like muscles. You got collagen in your skin like you got muscles on your body, and it's exact, you break it down and then it's sore and tired and saggy and all that, and it hurts for a while, then it builds back up and tightens up and it's better. And then so, yeah, again, I'm just, I kind of feel like I've gotten my old face back. You know, I had one of those years where we age 10 years in a year, and that happens. That happens. You'll see that with people, and that happened to me, and I didn't like it. Loved ones and stuff back home, back on point. You know, and I've always struggled with that because I've had a number of, I've bought and sold just on a small business entrepreneur basis. I was never like a big time, you know, guy with the big mansion and the collection of Porsches or something. Okay, I was always a small business guy. So you drove a 2 or 3 year old car and you had an upper middle class nice little house that was fixed up maybe or something, and that was about it. Okay, and I was happy with that. All right, but doing that kind of lifestyle where you're moving on and you've got different projects, a lot of your friends are from work and stuff, and so you just kind of change social groups every few years or so, and sometimes it kind of hurt, you know. I mean, you some friends stay, but most don't. And we were talking about that one time at this company. I had one of those insurance restoration companies. We did a construction, single call close. I did all the sales pretty much, and I ran the jobs. So I was like a one-man band. Did $1 million a year. It was amazing. It was great. Some of the most money I ever made with a simple, dumb business. I had a 50-50 partner. And until he got totally addicted to painkillers, and then I think he started on cocaine, and then it just went downhill, and we just ended the partnership right there, and then I went on and did something else, which is too bad. It was a great business, but I would still be doing that. I mean, the money was good, and really nice people in the office. It was badass. It was a fun time. It was a kind of a crazy group, though. I'm a little bit of a nerd. I like to go to bed early. I'm not a big drinker. And these people were all a little bit wild, and my partner was the wildest of the bunch. But he loved to party, and he was a classic rich bachelor, just party every night, you know. Put the revolving door on the house for the ladies, you know. That's what he was. He'd be dead in a month. So no, you change your social groups a lot, and then you wonder, well, gee, why is that? So I'm talking to this guy. He was at this company. I trained him, and me and my partner set him up in his own territory, in his own office. I was a 5% partner. My partner who started the whole company was a 45% partner, and this guy had half. I thought that was fair. I was happy. I got, what was it, 10%? Maybe they gave me 10%. I made a little dividend off of him, and I basically answered questions and helped him out. And there's Kun Mac coming to bring some food. Very cool. Anyway, so he tells me the story. So we're talking about moving on, social groups. Sometimes it kind of hurts your feelings a little bit, you know. Why and how does that work? And so this guy that ran this territory for us, his name was Carl. And he was, before he worked with us, way back in his life, he was older. He was in his 60s back then. And he was a minister for like 20 years or something. And, hang on. Yak Pom Hai Ahan Mai? Okay. Oh, Ahan Kim. Okay. Oh, and Kong Ken. Okay. Fawn's mom, Kun Meh, which is the formal traditional greeting for a mom. Anyway, so drywall. All right. So this guy tells me a story, but it pertains directly to all of us. So Carl, the guy that I'm working with, the territory manager, and the former minister, says, "Well, Rob, you know, when things happen and you change work groups and stuff, that's just how it goes." And he used to work at this, just on a drywall crew, which kind of surprised me for him because he didn't seem that knowledgeable about construction. And he just was, I always thought of him as the minister guy that we were training on construction. And I kind of trained him from the ground up. I mean, there's like a lot of real basic stuff he didn't know. So, but I guess he just did drywall only, and then sometimes that happens. Anyway, so with the drywall crew, so they would meet at this one diner every morning at like 5 a.m., 5:30 a.m. They were at this diner, and they'd have their work duds on, and they were ready to go do drywall for the day. You know, hang and finish board. They were a full crew, hang and finish. And okay, great. And so he worked with them for years. Like, I think he said 7 years he was on this crew. It's a long time. He said he felt like he formed some real friendships there. They were really a close group. And then he left that group and took on another opportunity. I don't remember what he went to do. I don't think it's really important to the story. But he went back. He said he missed them. And he went back just a few months later, like 2 or 3 months later, he said. And he knew the diner and knew the time, so he just went and showed up at the table one morning. And everyone's like, oh, hey, Carl, oh, yeah, you know. And then their conversation turned to their regular stuff of, well, what job they were doing. And they all were they all were updated on everybody else's current story of how their marriage was going, how their boy was doing on the softball team, all that, whatever. And Carl was no longer a part of all that. And he goes, Rob, while I felt welcome there, and they certainly were happy to see me and everything, it was very apparent to me after just that one meeting that I was no longer a part of that group. He said everybody was completely different with me. It wasn't the same anymore. I was no longer a part of their tribe. And he said I never went back again. I'm reminded of that probably a couple times every year. I'm thankful that he told me that story. And I think that's just human nature. I think that's just the way it is, you know. And so when you come here, most people are just going to, you want to call it forget about you, or they're busy with their lives doing whatever it is. I don't think it's anything hostile in most cases. It's just the way it goes, you know. And so when I talk to most guys here, they have that I do think is really sad, but they have no contact with their kids. Now that typically is hostile. Obviously there's no real love lost with the ex-wives. Everyone here pretty much is divorced. That's very rare to get the guy that was never married. That's got to be 1 out of 10 at most. Well, anyways, you get the idea. That's my point. That's my story. And talk to you later. Thank you. My name is Rob, and thank you for supporting my YouTube channel. I meant every word I just said with respect.